Welcome to the K-Drop, your weekly dose of what's in K-pop music and culture.
Ow!
Let's get it. What's up, Sam?
Not too much, man.
Not too much.
My brain's a little cluttered right now. End of the week, but I don't know. I don't know what it is, man.
Yes, it is the end of the week for us. We're winding down and
busy weeks.
Busy weeks, and but
Adulting.
then it's getting busier because now we're on this.
Yeah, and we're so popular, you know.
Yeah, popular.
All that fan mail.
But it's gonna be fun. I'm very excited about today because today was a very big day, which we'll get into in a very short moment.
Yes.
But first of all, we're gonna put up in a little advertisement, I guess. We
I'll
got
say
somebody.
what?
Yeah.
We're a big deal.
Yeah, we're a big deal already.
Yeah.
You see all these posters that you see on this wall. There's a Blackpink right there.
Oh, shoot.
Red Velvet. Some Mamamoo. And Monster X right over here.
What would you say is your favorite out of those four?
It's got to be Monster X, right?
For sure. So expected.
Yeah. No, I don't know. This is a very tough choice for me. But, you know, I think right now for me it's actually Mamamoo. It's very surprising, yes, but it's actually Mamamoo. Either way,
nice.
We're provided courtesy of K-Pop Trash.
K-Pop Trash.
Yes, K-Pop Trash. Go and use our promo code KDROP10 for 10% off anything on their site, kpoptrash.com. Also follow them on IG at kpoptrashmerch.
Get that fire merchandise, y'all.
Get that fire merchandise. You got to get that Blackpink hammer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you, K-Pop Trash.
Yes. Well, we'll get it started right away.
Pew, pew, pew.
We will start with the current wave.
Current wave.
Yes, that is what is going on in K-pop right now. Not just in K-pop, I guess. In just
Korea,
in
perhaps?
the Korean world.
Especially for this episode, for sure. And it's funny because we're like the bearers of bad news constantly.
This current wave is always full of bad news.
Just dark waves.
Dark waves.
Rogue waves. But I think we can start off with condolences and, thoughts of welfare for those that are affected by the fires.
Yes.
There's been some fires in the mountainous regions. What is it? Kosung?
I am not sure with the names. I know that the name of the fire is called the Gangwon Sanpul, and it's affecting a lot of different areas. Inje, Kosung, you're right. Sokcho, Gangreum.
And unfortunately, 2 people have died, confirmed, and thousands, 4,000 or more, are forced to flee their current residence. And
it just kind of reminds me. Maybe I don't know how big it is. I mean, it's been going on for days now.
Yeah.
But it reminds me, we live in California,
and we
Southern
live
California,
especially in that area where the winds are insane.
Yeah, and so we actually dealt with crazy fires.
Brush fires.
Was it earlier this year, or was it at the end of last year?
It was, at some point last year, and then like the previous year as well. So it seems to be some sort of pattern.
If you guys look on like YouTube, there's like these photos of or videos of people like going down the freeway, and it looks like the gates of Mordor, like the mountains are on fire, and it looks like you're entering the gates of like hell. It looks crazy. Mordor.
It's great.
Kudos to those who actually recognize that.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really big stuff going on in Korea right now. Condolences to everybody who is affected.
Yes.
Hope, I mean, everything, what is it? What's the right word? I'm at a loss of words.
I hope everyone is safe and all the fires blow over. And those that need treatment, please heal quickly. And we hope the best for all. One thing that is tied to this massive story is, one is to ask, how is the world of K-pop affected by this, right?
Right.
And so, in some ways, one of the groups that we are covering today, has directly alluded to this event for, making a reason for why they weren't able to attend their press conference. For their new single. And this is, of course, for Blackpink.
Yes.
I guess that was kind of a smooth segue. Are we just going straight into K-bops right now? Or
it's K-bops.
K-bops.
Wait, yeah, that was a really weird segue from something so dark.
I know. I'm just trying to keep
so
it
big.
Yeah, keep it positive.
Yes.
You know. And so concerning that connection, so Blackpink, as all of us know, just came out with a new EP, and they were supposed to do a press conference to promote this, of course.
Yes.
But YG backed off. They canceled it, and their reasoning actually, quote, "We made this decision out of solidarity for the residents of Gangwon Province after the Gosong-Sokcho forest fire." What are your thoughts on this, James?
I think it's the right move, especially, once again, just a very small country, the very small country like the Korea is, like this big release, and especially since YG is in such bad waters right now.
Yes.
I think this does do a good job of putting them in a better light, putting them, in the better light with people so that, it's good. It's a good thing.
That's what I hope for. That's an optimistic approach. I don't know why. You can call me a cynic, call me negative, a pessimist. I think this is a very convenient way for YG to deter any sort of attention negatively toward Blackpink. Because what if Blackpink is in a conference and they're asked the hard questions?
That's a good point.
Not to say that they're blatantly lying to the residents that have been affected, but I somehow see it as a convenient ploy to maybe back away from any public spotlight and just focus on the music and the release for Blackpink.
Yeah, maybe. Blackpink is getting prepared to, do a lot of things right now, especially with this release. I mean, they have stuff going on in Korea, but we will allude to this in a second. They have all these concerts coming up in U.S. soil. They're preparing their entrance into U.S. American territory right now. And any bad press at this moment probably would be terrible for them.
Terrible.
Yeah, so I think it's a good play, I think, on YG to just keep them out of it, keep them out of all the drama.
Yeah.
And keep them focused on music, like you said.
That's true. Keep them
so
safe.
Let's just jump into this right away.
Yeah.
Their single is Kill This Love. Kill This Love. And it released April 5th
of this year, 2019.
Of this year, which was literally yesterday for us.
Indeed.
So we got onto this and we
played it nonstop.
So we could get it prepared for this episode because we need to jump on this, Blackpink train right now,
That's right.
So Sam, why don't you give us some credits on this song?
Written by Teddy. Everyone knows who Teddy is if they're well acquainted with YG.
Yes, one time for your mind.
He needs no introduction. He has so many credits under his name, just merely with YG. Responsible, I guess, some notable things. He's responsible for basically 21's career.
Exactly.
Wrote a lot of, co-wrote and wrote a lot of Big Bang stuff, 21 stuff, Blackpink stuff.
I really wonder how much money Teddy makes.
He probably doesn't even
know. What is it? YG wouldn't be YG without Teddy.
For sure.
So I'm sure YG takes care of him.
They have to, for sure. Who knows how much he makes? He's probably
for those who do not know, though, I'll give a little bit background because One Time is a very old school Korean hip hop crew.
Spelled TYM.
TYM. And they were very popular back in the day, consisting of 4 members. Yes. And Teddy was actually one of my favorite rappers back then. So it's really cool that, he transitioned into this, producer life.
Yeah.
But it's so far away from hip hop music.
Totally.
So it's really funny to me that he's making these bangers like these K-pop electronic music and, but it's good. It's good.
He kind of did like a reverse Kanye.
Kanye.
Yeah. He started producing and then became an artist, whereas Teddy was an artist, was a celebrity, still is, and became a superstar producer.
Yes.
Along with Teddy, Becca Boom co-wrote this. And Becca Boom is also responsible for, Boom Baya, Whistle for Blackpink, along with a slew of other YG releases. Very talented writer. And
the context to this song, the song is talking about a love that a couple shares. And this love is dangerous to both of them. It's hurting them both. So the girl is deciding that she must kill this love.
Wow.
So deep. So deep.
So deep. That is really dark.
It is really dark.
Yet realistic.
Yes.
Something that most people have to go through at some point. It's almost like a rite of passage into adulthood.
And the music video is kind of dark in a sense.
Yes.
A little bit of background of this group. I don't even need to know. I don't even know if we need to even give background to this group.
Sure.
But we will. Consisted of 4 members: Jennie, Rose, Jisoo, and Lisa.
Who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite? Rose, all day, every day. All day, every day, because I think she's definitely musically the most talented.
See, if anyone's listened to our first episode, they know that James is an absolute lover of singers. You got to be able to use your pipes, you know.
Yes.
So,
and
if you want to be his lover,
you
got to get with the singing.
Pipes.
Yes.
But I do really like Rose, and I actually like every one of the group members because I think they all have their own color. Lisa and Jennie are considered to be the main rappers. Jisoo and Rose are the main vocalists. But I think they all just do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But there are parts of the song where certain people are highlighted because that's their role in the group.
Yeah.
Yes.
One thing I do have to mention about Blackpink that I really like, as opposed to other K-pop groups, just the concept that there's only 4 members, so they can at least finish a verse by themselves. Yes. And that's a rarity almost nowadays in K-pop music. And I mean, like even hearing the first verse, I think that's completely done by Jennie, or before the rap. Before
the rap, yes.
And that's, I kind of like that. And it also appeals to the Western ear, conveniently for them.
Conveniently.
Yes.
So yeah, let's get into it. So this, for me, setting up for their Coachella performance, which they're coming, which is crazy. Coachella is a very big festival, music festival, one of the biggest.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the biggest festivals, and they're the first K-pop girl group, if I'm right, that is featured.
Are they headlining? I think they might be headlining, no?
I don't know if they're headlining, but I know headliners are on the first line, and then I think Blackpink was second line. So that's crazy that they're even on the second line, because I know there have been other groups, like Epic High's been in Coachella. Other groups have been in Coachella too, but it's the first time where it's a very big deal right now.
Sure.
They signed with Universal Music, Interscope Records, which is a very big deal too, for the distribution of their music. This is their technical first step into U.S. territory, appealing to the U.S. crowd, which is very clear in this song because we'll get into this. A lot of the song is in English.
Yeah, that's something that I definitely wanted to touch on. It's almost like YG's career path for Blackpink can't be more obvious, basically. It's almost like Coachella is like their marker, and they're trying to head toward it and make sure that is a success. And so in order to do that, you got to incorporate a lot of English in your songs so that it appeals to the Western ear. And of course, their sound is already very Western.
Yes.
And I think naturally, Blackpink is the group, if there are any, that can appeal to the Western audience.
Yes. This song has already hit numerous number ones on iTunes charts in many, many, many different countries right now. In Korea, surprisingly, though, this didn't just jump to first place, which was really surprising to me. There's a song called 봄 by 볼빨간 사춘기, which is a duo, female duo, a very youthful, happy acoustic songs. That was still up on number 1 for a little bit. I mean, now Kill This Love is obviously on top because people are listening to it straight.
Sure.
We probably did like half of that during the last day or so. But yeah, I mean, this song is blowing up.
Yes,
it's blowing up.
Yeah, I think I really like the theme of this song. Musically speaking, I kind of get this marching band vibe.
Oh yeah,
very
big.
Yeah, it's like a rallying of some sort. I guess like a pep rally if you were to think of it from an American sense.
Yes, they even like get into the rum pum pum pums.
Exactly.
Yeah, the rum pum pum pums in the, what do you call those parts? Is it like interludes into.
I guess it is some sort of a drop, but it's in the middle of the drop. It happens like halfway through,
right?
Which is interesting. And I think I guess like the arrangement of it being so marching bandish gives them a sense of authority. It gives them a sense of like leadership.
It's very in your face to me.
In your face. Yeah. They're dominating. They're dominant. Like Blackpink, that's one thing. Like that, you know, like for girl groups, they all have their own identity. They have their own stamp musically. Blackpink has this thing where they're like, you know, they're alphas. You know, they wanna make sure that you know that they rule it, and you know, I definitely like that. I like that about the song. It's so consistent with what they've done in the past, and so you know, kudos to them about this song.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I was listening to this. Well, the first time I listened to this, I had my volume up really loud because I didn't turn it down a little bit, and then. Like the brass just comes in like straight in. Yeah. And that's what I mean by in your face. Like from the moment this song starts, right? They're just in your face. They want to be heard, you know? Yeah. The brass is interesting. I think, it's super loud. It plays into the marching band idea. Yeah. With the drums and like the kind of rhythms that they play.
Sounds a little tinny. Doesn't sound real. You know, but I could still F with it. Yeah. I guess. It's nice. Little MIDI sounding. You know, when I first heard it, I was like, oh, they just kind of like played it on a keyboard. Could have used like a better sample, but it's a great idea. Yes. One thing I do want to note about the horns, though, during the drop, it does like some sort of an arpeggiation or a scale, and I believe that outlines once again a tritone. That's something that I mentioned about a song in the previous episode. And the tritone, a long time ago, during the days when music was basically run by the church. They called it the devil in music because it sounded so jarring. It sounded evil in some ways. And I think they used that to much dramatic effect in this drop, making sure that you know that this is like a very aggressive, very in your face, almost unresolved, almost evil sounding, yet very satisfying drop. So
yeah. I do also want to point something about the music. For me, the first time that I heard it, did you get a lot of do-do-do-do-do vibes?
For sure, yeah.
So then, that's the thing for me. I was listening to this song, and the moment that I heard it, or like the first playthrough, I was like, this sounds just like do-do-do-do-do.
Or it makes you feel like you're just listening to do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, so then my second play around, the setup is very much similar too, because Jennie starts, Lisa comes in rap. Right. Chizu starts the chorus, Rose ends it, and then they do a rap part together. Sure. And then they switch the chorus roles. Yeah. Everything kind of felt the same. And then Do has the same type of like drop. Right. So then I even like sung with it. Yeah. And it totally matched. Totally. It's everything. So then I was like, okay, this sounds too much like Do. I need to. So I hopped on my keyboard. I was like, okay, I'm going to play these chords and see what's up. Even the chords.
Are they in the same key?
It's not in the same key. So that's what I thought because I was hearing them back to back. Sure. But then the song starts in, what is it? I think this song starts in D minor. And then it just plays a D minor chord like straight through the verse until the chorus. And then they go into like different chords then. And starts in the E minor chord. Yeah. And keeps that E minor chord straight through until the chorus, where they change it up just a tiny bit. Right. So this song, musically, I can only say that it was a little bit of disappointing for me.
See, that makes me wonder if listeners also think that way. Like for us, I agree with you. Like I don't like it when something is too similar, or even if it is, like you can tell it's the same artist. Yeah. Once you start seeing the formula, once you start seeing a template, right, that's when it starts getting disappointing. Yeah. Right. And that's what you're seeing, right? I mean, obviously, it's not the exact same song, but yeah, I get it. It makes you feel like it's the same. Like it's like not special. It's not anything different. It's nothing. There's no newness.
I won't say this to the degree that I'm going to say it. Like I'm not saying this to the degree. Actually, I'm not wording this right. This is how I feel about EDM music. So that's what I'm saying. It's not to that degree, obviously, that I like think these Blackpink songs are comparable, because I think EDM songs sound all the same. I'm sorry to the listeners who listen to EDM. But this song, it was just so disappointing, because especially Blackpink is YG's like only moneymaker right now.
It's their hope.
Yeah.
It's the last hope. It's episode 4.
Yeah. And for them to just drop a song like this, it feels like they're cheating me a little bit. I don't know if that's how like the average K-pop fan feels, because there was a lot of hype on this release.
Oh yeah,
it was building up so much. Yeah, they're putting a lot of promos up, especially because yes, they're gonna enter U.S. territory. Yeah. And to put up a song like this, where I don't even know if Teddy tried hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a producer, when you're making a song, if you're literally lowering the key just one and kind of keeping the chords all pretty similar and just adding embellishments to make the song sound different, it doesn't feel like there's much change.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta ask, at a certain point, like, how much is music, especially music in the music industry, how much is it art and how much is it political? And political, I don't just mean behind the scenes with like the label representatives and stuff. They literally are political because they see the demand of the audience, the listeners, like us and the people that are listening to this right now. Like, if we really enjoy then they're gonna maybe think we should give them another one.
Yeah.
And I, for one, respect it when somebody just kind of reaches out and tries something new.
Yeah.
A lot of times that proves to be kind of pretty risky, SM does that a lot. Red Velvet, EXO, NCT, oh my gosh, they sound crazy, I love it, but they're very adventurous, and I don't know if that's proven to be successful for their sales, YG, they need sales. And
right now they do.
Yeah, and they certainly have a very loyal fan base, that's willing to give them that. So why not give them something that they know will be loved,
Yeah, so the initial feeling of the song was like, oh, this is fire. I think I even texted.
That's what you texted me.
I texted Sam, oh, this is fire. And then because I was getting these, I think I was just feeling these do-do-do-do vibes because I thought that song was fire when it first came out. And then this song, even their dances, it's like, they do this. I can't dance, so I'm not going to suddenly do it for you guys. But there's some moves that are just so similar with both songs in the drop. So every part of the song for me, in terms of music, in the musical sense, was a little bit disappointing. It was a little bit disappointing.
I think I think all you're saying is so right, and that goes to say that I feel like Blackpink in some ways is the most, I guess, categorizable group, labelable group. Genre-wise, not only musically but also dance, choreography-wise. If there's a genre for that, like they have a style. Yeah, they have a style musically, and so some people love that for sure. And I, for one, like a little change, like a little risk, and so do you. And so I think, I'm glad that we agree on that point. Yeah,
but there are good parts to the song, I think. Especially lyrically, I do really like the bridge lyrics, and then I do love the fact that they're. The thing that they are trying out for sure, they are trying to make it accessible to more Americans and or people outside of Korea.
Yes, that much is
because
clear.
The balance of the English to Korean in this song is very, very even.
It's like the same. It's like half and half.
It's half and half. Like the verse, the rap verse where Jennie and Lisa go together, that's like fully English, which is. I don't think I can remember a verse by a Korean K-pop girl group that actually raps in full English.
So I'm saying it's so intentional.
And it's cool because they also actually speak English pretty well. Oh, yeah. Because they are not from Korea. Only Jisoo is the only one that is technically fully Korean.
Yeah, Jennie's got that New Zealand accent and Rosie's got that Australian. Yeah.
Lisa's from Thailand, but I think she's very fluent.
I like that Australian accent.
Oh yeah, when Jennie talks in English, it's really nice.
I like how they say the word home.
How did they say it?
They're like home, home, home.
I don't think how they say it.
Dude, I think that is how they say it. Welcome home, home, home.
Yeah.
I don't know. If anyone from Australia is listening to this, correct me or tell James that I said it correctly.
But yeah, I think the fact that they try that is very great. The rap verse is all in Korean. I mean, all in English. Rose's bridge, which I love these lyrics. We all commit to love that makes you cry. We're all making love that kills you inside.
Damn.
You know, I think those are, you know, good lyrics.
Along with great commitment, along with great love, comes much sacrifice and pain. This is truth.
This is the truth
for sure.
Yes. But yeah, any final thoughts on this song?
One thing that's really interesting to me, and I have to listen to it one more time to make sure. But the very first half of the first verse, which is all of Jenny's part.
Yes.
Does she even breathe? like it's a constant delivery of phrasing. And it makes me think she like punched in for the vocals like at some point in the middle.
Like
yeah, because I didn't hear her going like I never hear her going like da 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 da. You know, it's just like da 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 da. It's just constant, and you know maybe she has an incredible swimmer's lung capacity. I have no idea. Or
that's a long time to actually do that.
Yeah, and if not, how the hell is she going to do that live? So we'll see in Coachella. You know.
Yeah.
But that's
really... and I love how Lisa comes in her verse. I kept on chanting that throughout the whole day today. Here I come kicking the door.
Yeah.
And then I like that part because she says that rhythm, and then in the background there's like a high, like I don't know, it's a like electronic keyboard sound or whatever, but it follows along with how she raps down.
Yeah.
I think that detail, I think, I mean that's Teddy's producing, right? I mean that's the you know fire producing that Teddy does.
Right. And also one last thing, when during the drop when they do that rum pum drum sound with their mouth.
Yes.
Of course that is. If you want to go back to the origins of it, it's a Little Drummer Boy.
Little Drummer Boy, yes.
And that is referring to a snare drum, which the snare drum is somewhat the main instrument in this track. If we're not talking melodically, because the horns are for sure. But the snares are prevalent throughout the entire track, and then they allude to it with their vocals as well. So I think that's kind of neat. Yeah.
Yes, and I do have some cool little notes from the music video, which I thought was pretty interesting, because I did study the music video and I watched it intently. Obviously, you know, just stared at Rosé the whole time.
Well, strictly for, you know, studying purposes.
Studying purposes, yes, studying purposes.
For the listeners.
There's a Venus sculpture in the background of this music video, Shattered.
Wow.
And Venus is the goddess of love. So that's a pretty big thing because they're trying to kill this love, you know, kill it, you know.
Is Venus the goddess of love?
Goddess of love, yes.
I thought it was Aphrodite. Oh, maybe that's fertility or something.
I have no idea. I think I Googled it. I think I made sure. Oh, okay. I hope I did.
If it's Google stamped, then I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah, I think I Googled it. I don't know. Now when Sam kind of questions me, I always kind of think Sam's right. You know? Sam is very convincing.
I never think I'm right. I just question everything. I question myself too. So.
But that is very symbolic, obviously. You know, they are the goddess of love. The love is shattering. They're trying to kill this love. I love that little detail that they have in the back. There's a very cool, like light, innocent image versus dark image in the chorus portion of the music video. That's really cool. Nice. If you guys check it out one more time and really take a look at it, in the first chorus, there's an innocent Rosé running away from a dark Rosé driving a car, and on the car it says ego. Which is really cool. So I think the connection is, you know, the innocent girl wants to have this love you want to keep on trying this love to make it work. But I guess now it's hurting too much or the guy has been treating the girl too bad that, you know, the ego has to take over and you got to, you know, smash it. You know, you got to kill it.
That's interesting.
It's really cool.
That's very interesting. That's very deep, actually.
Yeah, and then the second chorus, this is Chizu's turn. She's a little. It's not as symbolic, I think. It seems like she's trapped in a castle, like a princess. She's
like
in
Belle?
Not Belle. Maybe like Rapunzel. I have no idea. I'm trying to think of people who are stuck in a tower. You know, but
Belle was stuck in the Beast Tower. Anyway,
that's true. Anyways, we're getting into another topic here. But Chizu's in a white dress, and then like dark Chizu comes out. It's really dark. It's really funny. Like it's a dark Chizu, and she has like a, you know, like a bow and arrow, and she's pointing it at Chizu and trying to, you know, kill.
Yeah.
The innocent side of themselves.
It's an interesting note about you know, Rosé and ego written on the car, though. I think that's incredible.
Yeah, that's a cool detail.
Because you know, modern day thinking about love, you know, the ego has to take over. You got to take care of yourself. You got to look out for number one. But is true love really that, or is true love letting go of your
ego? We might need to cover that in another podcast or just another.
Just start up a whole new podcast. Yeah, this is not about K-pop anymore.
Yeah, it's not. We suddenly went into a different world. Yeah. But yeah, I like those little details in the music video. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. And then I remember reading an article. I picked this picture because this is the article that I read where this gave a lot of Tomb Raider vibes.
Oh, totally. Jenny especially.
Yeah, Jenny especially. Yeah. So I think that's really cool because, I love my games,
of course.
As you guys can see with all my little toys.
We nerds.
Here. Yeah, we nerds. Yeah. But either way, final thoughts on this song?
I think it's cool. It's a very expected song from Blackpink. A little underwhelming, to be honest, but it's a solid track nonetheless. I think it would have been better if they transitioned into the actual drop with actual drums coming in right away instead of just horns. But that's a nice little trick.
Yeah. I feel like I said a lot of bad things about the song.
So did I.
But I still think it's a very solid song. Yeah. I think there's particular parts where I love listening to, like the Lisa rap part that I mentioned. Mm-hmm. Just a little details that Teddy puts in as a producer. Yeah. I think make the song what it is.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
My final thought would be that I think the song ends too early. I think they had a very good...
Totally.
Yeah, I think they had a really good... That ending part was really nice because it was totally different from the whole song.
Yep.
But then I just feel like they could have pushed it a little. It was building up to something, and then
it just ends.
And I hope, like, in maybe a live performance, they use that to like really hype up the crowd.
I hope so. I feel like they were like meeting some sort of deadline. To like, we're done.
Yeah, or like you said last week, being political about music time and just suddenly just cutting the song short. Where I feel like another chorus there or some variation of a dance break or something could have really lifted the song into. I don't know, litness.
Mm-hmm. The litness.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think, segueing into the next track that we're going to cover, it's still by Blackpink.
Yes.
But I think it's interesting because this one actually is still kind of expected to my ears for a secondary track, a track that's on the album but not a single. And,
so let me introduce the the album in the first place. So this album is called "Kill This Love" EP, and it has 5 songs in it. Technically, only 4 because the first 4 tracks are "Kill This Love," "Don't Know What to Do," which is I think they call it their subtitle, but that's not the correct word for what is it. What do you call that type of song?
It's like a side B track.
Yeah, side B track. That's their secondary title song. Kick It, and the song that we will cover right now, which is 아니길 or Hope Not. Yep. And then the 5th track is actually a remix.
Yeah.
And then I want to touch upon that really quick because
it was okay.
It was okay, but then don't you find that a little political too? Because we're touching upon how much do sounds exactly like "Kill This Love." Do you think they needed to put that song in so people think, oh, this song sounds totally different now?
I don't know. I mean, it could have been political because they want to have one more track for people to pay 99 cents for, I don't know. Yeah, and it's also less work to just remix a song that already exists. Right. It's already recorded.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could totally be true. I, for one, saw a lot of potential in it. I like the drop. I think it's really cool.
I like the beginning of the song, actually.
I like the beginning of the drop.
It was very different.
The drop eventually kind of cuts out and does this weird like trumpet or like horn thing, which I'm just like, I don't know. It loses momentum there. But yeah, it's a cool track.
Yeah.
But besides that vibe, besides that very expected vibe, we're going into the expected territory of Blackpink's softer songs.
Yes, soft and mellow songs.
Yeah, and the thing is, this song, Hope Not, or 아니길, is expected melodies from Blackpink. And why I keep on saying expected is because I said that in an almost negative way concerning the single. Yet I find this to be so refreshing, even though I would expect them to have a song like this.
Yes. Just a little context to the song one more time. Not one more time, I guess. Context for the song. This is about a girl letting go of a guy even though it hurts. So the Hope Not part of the song, why this is called Hope Not, is that the girl hopes that the guy meets someone that will make him happy. But the girl hopes that he doesn't forget her. So then it doesn't make him happy to the point where he'll forget her. In a sense.
Like he'll like take her for granted.
Oh no. Like so the lyrics of the song, like the chorus at the end of it talks about how hopefully the guy isn't too happy that he forgets the love that they shared. So she's letting go, but then she hopes that he finds somebody else that'll make him happy, but he won't forget about like all the memories that he shared before.
Yeah, that's
so
that's
she
relatable.
Hopes not to be forgotten.
Those are the types of love songs I like when it directly appeals to the human side of logic. It's not a logical thing to ask for. It's not even rational, but everyone understands that is how you want to feel. You want the person that things didn't work out with to become happy with whoever they end up with, yet you don't want them to ever forget you.
Yeah, I mean, and this type of connection to a song, I think, always makes the song a little bit better. You know, in terms of words and understanding why they're saying the words that they do.
Yes.
I think we sometimes always, have a song in the background and go with the vibe. I think that's what music is these days, is feeling the vibes and feeling, what it makes you, how it makes you jump, right?
And a lot of times it's all about the drop, which is why so many people have that. But kudos for this stripped down song to the songwriters Teddy and Master Wu, who also helped write 21's Love Is Ouch or 사랑은 아야야.
And Master Wu is also a very old school YG crew member. Most recently, he came out in a Show Me the Money, I think 4. But he's very old school too. These guys are old school. They pretty much, I guess, built up YG's, I guess, what do you call it? Repertoire.
Discography.
Discography. Master has been around for a very long time.
And going into this song, I personally really like how the guitars actually swell in, almost like a volume knob just turning up on an electric guitar. Very stripped down, slightly crunchy guitar tone, almost filtered, almost like coming through a radio or a small speaker of some sort. Gives it the nostalgic vibe, of a song like this. And I personally think this is a jam. No one's gonna ever listen to this and be like, "This is a bop, yo." But for me, it's definitely a bop. It requires melody to carry the song. It requires good singing, tasteful singing. You can't hide behind a beat. You can't hide behind some even strings or whatever. It's really just guitar and vocals for the most part.
Yeah.
And any other instrumentation that happens otherwise is actually done with vocals, which is my second point. My favorite part of the song actually are the counter melody vocals that happen in between each phrase of the verse, and that is done with a pretty heavily distorted humming just from vocals. It doesn't have words, and it changes from first verse to second verse. It gets a little more complicated in the second verse, and all the while the main melody of the verses stay parallel. It's the same. And so really the varying factor, the thing that makes it interesting for each verse is the in-betweenies. And I think that's such a fresh way to approach a song.
Nice, yeah. What I took away is a little bit different because I don't play guitar. I mean, although I know the sound and I know, the ways that it can come out in a song, I don't know how, it's not like me on a piano where I can say, oh, that was this, that was that. Sure. So I was focusing along on the melodies and the songs and the singing of the girls itself.
Yeah.
And I think I like seeing this sort of like evolution of their singing because they're becoming, for sure, more skilled. These girls are still very young, so they're still developing their voices
for sure.
And whatnot. And to see, I mean, they pretty much, divide the song up amongst everybody. Yeah. It's not just simply, Jisoo or Rose just taking over,
right?
Which I liked.
Right.
And, I'll get to Rose in a second, but I was very surprised with how Jisoo was singing because I think she actually improved a lot. I didn't think she was a great singer from the beginning of Blackpink, although she was, pushed up as a vocalist. But yeah, in this song, I was like, whoa, is that really her? Maybe, and then it is a recording, so I'll never know until I hear it live or if there is going to be a live version.
I was half expecting Lisa to come in and be like, da, 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 da. Oh. Just kidding. But that's one unpopular opinion I have. And don't kill me for this. I think Jisoo is a better singer than Rose.
Oh, man.
Now, that depends on the song. Okay. Now, you and I probably can agree that this song, Rose, doesn't shine as much as Jisoo does.
Jisoo shines, but then yeah, you're right, because Jisoo shines because it came out like more than I expected.
Okay.
And I actually felt the same way with Rose, because like she comes in these particular parts where it does become very strong. There's strong moments, and her voice, I think it really comes. I think there is a very big difference between like singing ability when she comes out versus the others. I think Jisoo is still a little bit maybe shy or backing up a little bit. I think Rose is still is more confident maybe in her singing ability.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Rose is definitely much more confident. As for songs, the context of songs, I feel like Rose fits a song that has drops, kind of like Kill This Love or through. That's why I feel like Jisoo, it's hard for her to shine, because she shines in places where she has to be straightforward about the delivery, because she's a very straightforward singer. Rose has this trembling drama in her voice.
She has like a very different type of color.
Yeah, and it comes out very it's very emotional at all times. And when I hear a song like this, the stripped down arrangement of it already gives it a nostalgic emotion that you don't have to kind of like overdo with your vocals to drive the point home. And I think Rose kind of does that. She's a little too dramatic, whereas when I hear Jisoo, I don't feel the 부담.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because Jisoo sings in the mellow sense of this song, and then there's parts that Rose just like you're right, like the mix of the song doesn't really fit, because her voice like kind of overpowers the background music of the song.
Exactly.
So I get what you mean when you're talking about that.
But in most contexts for Blackpink, of course, Rose's voice shines, because it's these heavy songs,
For sure.
But
and so I like the in the progression of them, and then we didn't even talk about Jennie. But I don't think these are or Jennie or Lisa, I guess.
Right,
but
right.
I don't think these are songs that they shine either way. I think they're the charismatic pair of this crew.
Sure.
Although they all are very charismatic.
Yeah.
But definitely Jennie's got more swag than everybody. I mean, she's a solo girl,
She's the princess of K-pop.
Yeah, she's the princess of K-pop. And Lisa, everybody in K-pop knows that she's one of the best dancers. So they're the the visual aspect of what's going on, I think. And then so they do sing. Yeah, they do come out. They sound good. Yeah. But it's nothing more than I expected.
Sure.
I think Jisoo really does shine in this song. Yep. You're right. Her voice does match this song more than the others. And Rose, she still does her thing. Yeah.
Rose be Roseing.
Rose be Roseing. But I get what you mean, bro. Yeah. I get what you mean.
Great song, though. My final thoughts are that it's a greatly crafted song. I really agree with the lack of heavy production. Just the chords, the vibe, the filtering, the effects on it, and strictly the vocal melodies alone carry the song into greatness. And I give it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Cool. Yeah, and for me, this was a necessary track. In this album.
Absolutely.
Because everything else was too up.
First one to be heavily Korean.
Yeah. Yes.
Heavily
Korean. Yeah. This is maybe appealing to the more sensitive people in Korea. I do like how they end the song. The yeah part.
Love that
part is really nice.
My favorite part for sure.
For sure.
Reminds me of the Beatles' "All You Need Is Love." The beginning of it, actually, it's this chant, melodic chant. The Beatles, of course, almost like made that relevant in pop culture. But
so it's really cool they put that little chanting part in. I did really like how that was different from the rest of the song.
It's like a campfire song.
Yeah. Although it's doesn't fit in a sense of the theme of thematically.
But we all know K-pop.
It's like yeah. Like I'm gonna let you go. It doesn't fit. But
it's just some ear candy.
Ear candy is always good.
I eat it up.
Yeah, it's nice. I also give it 2 thumbs up.
Nice.
2 thumbs up. We always have like a different grading meter every song that we do. Like,
I don't even know about this thumbs up deal. Yeah. It's just one time. Like I'm probably not gonna do that.
Yeah,
next
and
time,
then what was the other one? It was litness.
Litness.
And then I had my
back. Gonna be like stars.
I had my back tingling meter.
Yeah,
we gotta come down to like just one thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. I do like the variation.
Yeah. We'll see what we say about this next one here.
Okay, so the next song. So that's Blackpink.
Blackpink.
We did spend a lot of time with it, but Blackpink is Blackpink.
Yeah, and they're in our area, so we have to cover
Blackpink
them,
in your area, you know? I can't believe I didn't even start off with that. I got to slap myself for that. But Blackpink in your area, you know? Yes. It's a great 5-track album. Yep. Listen to it. Tell us what you guys think. Tell us if you guys agree with anything that we said. But yeah, going on to the next group. The next group.
Turn a new card.
It is KARD.
With a K.
With a K.
So fitting.
So fitting.
I would spell it the same way.
KARD is a very popular group. They're very popular amongst non-Koreans, surprisingly. If I go into like a little bit of a tangent, I was at this like K-pop dance cover like competition once.
Like you were a part of it?
No.
Oh,
Definitely not.
Okay.
You don't want to see that. But I went to for a friend's event. He was holding a K-pop dance cover contest, and then I went to go watch, and a lot of the groups were non-Korean people. Number one, which is crazy to me. But then a lot of the groups actually danced to a KARD song, which was really cool. So yeah, I mean, let's give a little bit of background on these guys. Their members names are so before I start, I gotta give a little context to why I'm kind of already smiling already.
Okay.
Sam and I love like awkward English usage in K-pop.
Absolutely.
And I think we gotta make a segment or like a little tag, for like these little segments that we do, because it's gonna come out consistently
for sure.
But it like this group is it starts from their names. So one of the guys' names, his name is not j.seph, it's j.seph. It's j.seph.
Yeah.
I don't know where they got that from.
Just wants to minimalize the vowels.
I guess I'm now J-mez,
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so that's j.seph, and then the other guy's name is BM. And guess what BM stands for?
Beautiful man.
Beautiful man. Yeah, that's close. I was thinking like bad manners. I don't know, but
bad manners.
Bad manners.
Bad manners. He's a naughty boy.
Well, that's actually what I thought. Honestly speaking, I was like bad manners.
Oh, okay.
But it's but it's actually Big Matthew. His name is actually Matthew Kim.
Oh, and he is big though.
Yeah, he is big.
Yeah,
he's actually from Cali. He's really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
And the two girls' names are Somin. They're more regular Korean names. Somin and Chiu. And the reason why they're named KARD is because they're actually supposed to represent actual individual cards in the card deck.
So different like suits?
Oh no. So j.seph stands for he represents the letter A. Which is for the ace card. So I forgot what it was. It was something like the ace is sometimes the smallest card in a game or the biggest card in the game. I want to cover both ends or something like that. Okay. I think I read something like that. I have no idea. BM stands for, he represents the K for king.
Okay.
And then this is the weird part because Somin represents the R. Somin is on the right side on this picture.
Fierce.
She represents the R, but it's for the black Joker. The R in the Joker. And
nice.
And then Chiu on the left, she's also the R. And she represents the color Joker. So I don't really know how that plays out. And then there's a D. The D part it actually stands for hidden.
So they just choose like
but like there was a
middle
fifth
letters?
member that's part of this, I guess, DSP Media. Is actually the group that made Kara. And the fifth member in their first song called Oh Nana was Youngji from Kara, one of the later members of Kara. So
Somin was almost in Kara.
Yeah, Somin was almost in Kara. Okay. Yeah, exactly. They were both actually, Youngji won first place in the Kara competition and Somin won second. Yeah, so that's how it actually played out. So yeah, very interesting how this group is constructed.
Yeah.
And what else is interesting is that they are one of the biggest co-ed groups in K-pop.
Yeah, might be the biggest.
Might be the biggest in this current
in this age right
now. K-pop
yeah.
age right now.
They are the Lula of this age.
They are the Lula of this age. Yes. Yeah, but they're very popular because once again they're a mixed group, so a lot of people can relate.
Yeah.
And also, their music is very worldwide. So like they play a lot of like dance hall music. Yeah. It goes down to like reggae sounds.
Yeah, reggaeton.
Yes, so like they're very big in the Americas, like North America, South America, especially in the South America. Yeah. They go on concerts in Brazil, and they sell out there because people love their music there.
Yeah, they're big all over the place. Yeah, especially Matthew. He's always big.
He's big Matthew, not Bad Manners, by the way.
Bad Manners. That's my name.
No, I mean, okay. The reason, okay, just context once again. Why I thought it was Bad Manners is because they're very like a sensual group, like their songs are so sexual,
yeah.
So I don't know what I thought of that. I was like, oh, Bad Manners. Like, for some weird reason, I don't know. That's my dirty mind, I guess.
Maybe he has bad manners. Yeah.
Maybe he has bad manners.
I dig it.
Yeah, but some of their biggest songs: Ola Ola, Don't Recall, Oh Nana. I say that like Oh Nana.
Rumor.
Rumor. You in
That's
me.
a jam.
That's
Rumor.
a jam. I honestly love KARD. Their songs are all very fun listens. Yeah, but what's the song that we're gonna cover today?
Today we're gonna cover Bomb Bomb.
Bomb Bomb.
Bomb Bomb. Written by BM. Big manners.
Big
Bad Matthew. See, it should have been Bad Matthew.
Bad Matthew.
Bad Matthew.
Why Big Matthew?
Dude, you can make action figures out of Bad Matthew. Dang. Big Matthew. It's like, I don't know.
That's a miss.
But yeah, that's cool, man. And he actually has a lot of his hand in writing KARD songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has his credit in most KARD songs.
Little side note. Big. What was his name now? Big Matthew. BM. He was actually a contestant in K-Pop Star.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. I actually just found out while I was researching. And then I remember, because I used to watch K-Pop Star a lot. And then I saw him. I was like, oh my God, that's him.
Yeah.
And he looks so different. This is like a transformation. It's really crazy. If you guys look back, go on YouTube, look up BM K-Pop Star. The first result will be him performing G.O.D's Friday Night with a group of guys. I think this was like K-Pop Star like season like 1 or 2.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, really early.
Yeah, I may be mistaken, but I believe he is also, like, prior to debut, he was also in Kuhara's video or release.
I think I did read something like that.
The song is called La La La, I believe.
Yeah, I think I did read something like that. Yes.
But yeah, we're covering Bomb Bomb, written by BM and also written by 24.
24.
Which is interesting because he also co-wrote Kill This Love.
Wow.
And Duru Duru Duru.
Wow.
So we have this underlying connection here between the artists that we're covering.
Yes. So Bomb Bomb can be said in two ways. Which these stuff, like I said, Sam and we love.
I love it.
We love these things. But it's bomb like destruction bombs.
Yeah.
Bomb. Explosive. Destruction. What the?
Yeah.
Bomb. Or pam, which is I said it in a very Korean accent just so that we can understand. But pam means night. So it's a little wordplay there. I think my favorite wordplay of all time is the "dala dala" in the BTS song.
Hell yeah!
Well, I forgot what the name of that song is, but dollar tala tala.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. But yeah,
is it Pied Piper?
No, that song is like "Go" or something like that.
Oh,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
but now we're gonna get a bunch of haters. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, we listen to a lot of music.
Yes, but that's pretty cool. Bam 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 bam, and when we explain the song, it'll make more sense, I guess. But some song context.
Released on March 27 of this year, 2019.
Yes, so pretty recent song.
Yep. You guys know the songwriters. I guess the highest point it reached on the Billboard World Single Digital Charts is number 3, which is quite an accomplishment.
That is an accomplishment. I mean, like I said, they're very popular amongst non-Korean people. This song is very simple, and all their songs are very simple. It's just saying that I want to spend my nights together with you. So that's where that night comes in, the pam.
Is it romantic or is it just like animalistic?
Oh no, this is all animalistic.
This is bad manners.
This is bad manners. That's why I just think it's bad manners.
I see. Okay, now I understand the context.
This is I'm very surprised they got away with some of these lyrics. It's
really?
Yeah, we're gonna go into that in a little bit.
Okay.
I'm very surprised. But I it's very simple. Like I said, it's just I want to spend my nights with you.
Okay, tell me a little more about the lyrics here.
Okay, but before I get into that, I do want to talk about the song in terms of like the musical sense of it before we do get into the lyrics. And I do want to hear what you think about the music itself. Okay. The music itself gets me hyped. I think this song, the construction of this song, I think any KARD song, they do a good job with instrumental melodies in the background. And I think it's the underlying, the reggae, beats, right? The reggae beats that just keep on going. Reggaeton. In the type of, I guess, beat that is going on is called moombaton. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's like a subclass of reggaeton. It's a fusion genre of house music and reggaeton.
Nice.
Yes. So there's like a thick bass line. Yes. There's like dramatic builds. All these, beats with quick drum fills.
They love their 4 on the floor kick drum.
Yes. So yeah, the music, I think that pretty much tells you why it's such an exciting song, right?
It's definitely for the club.
For the club, for sure.
I do want to say it's nice that they pay homage to Kendrick Lamar's Swimming Pools from 2012's Good Kid, Mad City when they say drank.
Pour up,
drank. I think that happens at 23 seconds actually in the song.
Wow, 23, so exact.
Yeah, and I would say it's appropriate because they're talking about drinking.
Oh yeah,
spending the night. Yeah, with wild, fun, and bad manner. So there's that. And then one thing that I want to address, and this is maybe a little controversial yet real nonetheless. At 11 seconds and also 16 seconds, there's a great example of Koreans using their language liberally, phonetically, to say things that mean something in their language but sounds phonetically like a racial slur. Now I'm talking specifically about the words 니가, 내가.
Yes.
What do you think about that? These are the first people to do it, of course.
I mean, I don't know. I can't really say much because that's our language.
Yeah.
I can't really say much about it because I can understand why it comes out, and sometimes it is deliberate.
It's strategic.
It's strategic.
Sure. Yeah.
I can't say they just decided to do this. I can't put it on them because the singers, well, actually, BM made this song,
right?
So maybe took that into account. I have no idea.
I think it's very strategic, and if they're trying to stay relevant with people that are used to listening to music with those words in it, and I have to admit, to a certain extent, a lot of people listen to those words not necessarily thinking about the meaning of it, but they've kind of gotten used to the phonetic value of those slurs.
Yeah.
To fill up the rhythm and fill up certain flows. And I could see why somebody that uses the Korean language might use something that sounds similar to keep it relevant, keep the music relevant, keep the delivery something that is familiar. And at the same time, so that's why it's so confusing, because at the same time, it is our language.
Yeah.
Like, it is not like they just pull it out of a hat and it's a made up word and they call it Korean. And so, like, we could say it now. It's like, it actually serves the meaning of the song so they can actually say it there. But I just thought it was, funny to point out because, they do it all the time. And at the same time, they're definitely getting away with it. So
I think, the biggest one that I've had in my mind for a very long time is in Solo, right? Because before she goes into the drop, she says "빛이 나는 solo," right? But then it literally sounds like the B word, Yeah. But then I think like when non-Korean people listen to it, I think they probably think that she's saying,
and that meaning makes
word.
Sense too.
Yeah, and it does. That's why it works specifically with that line.
Yep.
So I'm very
why she does that.
Yeah. So that's like a prime example of what you're talking about. Like just like I don't know, subliminally putting little messages in, right? Yeah. Or maybe not even subliminally, like deliberately putting that message in.
So that is to say, like even apart from racial slur sounding words, there's a lot of words that are used in the Korean language that sounds like other words in different languages, and I generally appreciate the fact that Koreans have that wit to kind of fit, into the other cultures that way.
For sure. Yeah. I think KARD, needs to always be like listened to with like the choreography that they do. Like it needs to be always watched all together. I think that you need to watch like the music video or watch them performing because they're very charismatic, and I think that's what I like about them. They're very about their character, and I watched some videos of them just like kind of doing like music video reactions and doing stuff on their own.
Yeah,
and their characters are totally different. They're very like playful and they're joking around.
Right.
But then when they're on stage, it's that like I'm in like performance mode.
Right.
And then there's a different glare.
Yeah.
Like Somin has this like nasty, crazy RBF glare.
Right.
And
right.
we love our RBFs. So go look it up.
Yeah, I have one.
Yes. But yeah, some of the lyrics, like I was saying.
Okay.
Like this is a very sensual song, a very sexual song. I mean, there's obviously the motive is let's spend our night together. It's very direct. But BM, Mr. Bad Manners, his verse comes in after the first chorus. And like some of the lyrics, it's crazy. It says 신호를 보내 눈빛에 써 있네. So it's like, you're giving me signs, it's in your eyes. And then the next lyrics, you thirsty, all thirsty for this.
Oh.
And I was like kind of
about the drink?
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the drink. And then it kind of surprised me, so I kind of looked it up. Like I said, like where's BM from? And that's where I found he's from K-pop star, and he's actually from Cali, he's from LA. So I'm like, man, like you wrote these lyrics, and dang, you're getting away with this. This is crazy, because he knows what he's talking about.
Right,
I was kind of wondering, does he know what he's talking about? Because that's how,
sure
like, when I see these kinds of lyrics, I always think, do they even know what they're saying? Like, why would they say that, right? And then it keeps on going. It's like 너의 움직임에 더 홀려가게. So like I'm falling more into your movement. And then she whine it. I think the lyrics, the official lyrics says she whine it, but I think it's she want it. And then the next is dripping like faucet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's dripping like faucet.
Well, they're sweating, right? They're crying, maybe. Having such a good time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Salivating?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's what it is.
I don't see what else it could mean.
Yeah, I don't know. So these lyrics, very, very, very
risque.
It's which okay. I like.
I mean,
it's
what else
cool.
do you expect from Big Matthew?
Big Matthew.
Big Matty.
But yeah, final thoughts on this song. What do you think?
I dig it. My favorite part of the song is definitely the second verse, halfway through the second verse, as a matter of fact, because that's the first point in the song where they actually have a reggae groove. And halfway through, it kind of goes into full swing. The bass line drops, and then I just think the groove is so nice.
Yeah.
I also love a good ad lib in the halfway through that verse. Someone goes woo, and then the beat actually comes in with, really nicely. And those are those little things that I really enjoy. A good ad lib.
Yes. And my final thoughts is that this is a great song. It's a banger. I love KARD. I think they're a very good group. A very nice co-ed group that actually works.
Yep. That's hard.
Yeah, and that's very hard. So kudos to them.
Nice.
Yes, and that is our K-bops of the week.
And moving on to Time Traveler.
TT. All right, so in this whoa, okay.
Is that symbolic? I'm sorry, we were talking so much bad about Blackpink, and I just got pissed off and just fell off the wall. It's fine, we'll put it back up.
All right, we'll put it back up. Yeah, but in this segment, we say what the top songs were back in the day. We are going to travel back in time. So we're going to go back 20 years.
Oh, shoot.
15 years, 10 years, and 5 years, and we're going to talk about what was the top song? What was in K-pop back in the day?
Okay.
Yes. If you're a regular listener, though, you will notice that as we go through these, top charts, you will see that a lot of the songs are actually the same. Because we are going weekly, a lot of the songs will be the same. So we will touch upon just certain changes through the week. And yes, we go to 1999. And we have the same number one song. We were kind of, last week, or the last episode, we were trying to figure out who Kim Hyun-jung or what the song was. I mean, I know who Kim Hyun-jung is, but I didn't remember this second album song or title song in her second album. So I actually went back and listened to it. And it was a very diva song, like very in the mold of 90s music, 90s K-pop.
Yeah,
this is really cool.
Just obviously a blast from the past, very nostalgic, especially Chinushan with Taekwon V.
Yes.
Pui. Yeah.
Taekwon V is a robot. It's an anime robot. Yeah,
also,
but that was
cool,
one of the
cool. Yeah, going off the theme of co-ed bands. There was a lot of those back in the day.
A lot, like right here, Coyote was another one of those. It was always 2 guys and 1 girl, and the girl was a singer.
Yes.
And then there was always drama with the girl because the 2 guys always, either. There was always scandals.
Because they liked each other?
No, it wasn't like that. They were always like kind of business-like. But then there were always scandals because it's just we call it a 혼성 group or like a mixed group. Yeah, it always happened back in the day. Anyways, not much to look here because these are all blast in the past names. But yeah, really cool people.
Cool.
Moving on to 2004. So it's the same song on the top, 사랑의 향기를 남기고 by Tae. It's a ballad. This was the kind of day and age when Korean men were very sensitive, I guess.
They still are. They just hide it now.
Yeah. And a lot of ballads in this. A lot of top-notch ballad singers. Like Tae was pretty big back in the days. SG Wannabe, a very big. Shin Seung-hoon, classic. What do we have? MC The Max, Kim Dong-ryul, Park Sang-min. A lot of ballad singers. 6 out of the 10 are ballad
Seo Tae-ji
singers.
is still staying relevant over there.
Seo Tae-ji is still
beautiful,
staying very relevant. Yes.
I would still say my favorite song by Seo Tae-ji is I Just Can't Deny It. It's Come Back Home. I say Come Back Home.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Going on to 2009. And we still have the same song again. So we're still sticking with, a very specific pattern here. We still have Pali Pali, which stands for Pali Pali.
Dabichi. I always want to say the name like that.
Yeah, it sounds like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if we touched up on it last week, but 손담비 is here. She was very big. 토요일 밤에 is like on Saturday night. It's a very like disco-y, another like diva-ish song. We have Lollipop. Big Bang and 21.
Yes.
We didn't have that last week. That was actually like a commercial song. It was like a commercial song for I think a phone.
Blew up though.
Yeah, it blew up because this was like their first collab, and this was when they were still very, very young. It's pretty cool. We see G kind of falling down a little bit. I mean, I think this is probably like towards the end of that song's promotion.
No worries, they're gonna come back real strong.
Yeah, and then we see Honey by Kara. Kara was a pretty dope girl group back in the day.
Indeed.
Yes, but Dabichi is still up top with Sori Sori right behind. Dabichi. Next, 2014, the most recent list that we have. 2014. And we have Park Hyo-jin up top. Wow. And I think last week it was Some. It was the number 3 song right now. So 야생화, it was number 8 last week, so it jumped up to number 1.
He's a legend.
Classic song, one of my favorite ballads.
Greatest Korean singer, possibly.
And we have a new song at number 2, Mr. Chu by 8pink. And 8pink, and I think this was one of their songs that kind of blew them up. This was one of their bigger songs. 8pink wouldn't be where they are if they did not have this song.
And of course, still on the chart at number 5 is Come Back.
Come Back Home. I can't do it. Home. No?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm just stabbing in the dark.
By 21. So not much different other than Mr. Chu coming on and 야생화 going up top.
Cool.
But yes, that is our TT for the day. Yes, we are getting to the end of our episode today.
Nice. I'm hungry.
I am very hungry right now. We're probably going to get some nice K barbecue or something after.
I'm down.
But we'll end with some of the songs that are on our playlist right now.
Indeed.
What are you listening to these days, Sam?
These days, it's funny because I usually never watch Korean dramas.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm not lame. I'm just kidding. I watch it now all the time. But there's a drama I just started watching called My Strange Hero.
Okay.
Starring Yoo Seung-ho.
Okay.
And Cho Bo-ah.
Oh, nice.
There's these scenes where they get really emotional and then they like come together.
Yes.
And it's like they're reflecting on the memories
and
they
then
have
the
of each
episode
other.
stops.
Sure. That's when the ballad drops.
Oh, that's when the ballad drops. Yes.
They come in with that, but then the actual parts that I'm talking about is a small piano riff that just happens.
Yes.
And I had to go on the OST just to look it up and see what it is, because it's one of those things that makes you just feel like, man, remember your first love. Remember those good times when you had no worries. And the song is called Wildflower.
Wildflower.
No vocals, just straight up piano.
Oh, nice.
Makes me feel something. That's all that matters to me when it comes to music.
Do you need me to play it for you, bro?
Yeah. Maybe when we eat K-barbecue later tonight, we can look into each other's eyes and play some of that and think about some deep things. What about you?
These days, I watch a little. I watch a lot of variety shows, Korean variety shows, and I'm like kodung rapper, which is like high school rapper. So it's kind of like a show me the money for high school rappers.
Oh, cool!
Is on right now. It's nearing the end of its run, and there's some songs that released through that show that I really like called Cunning Paper. It's like cheating sheet. It's made by Hengju, and it's a nice hip hop song. I forgot the names of the high school rappers that are in it, but it's a really fun song. I'm still listening to PH1's album. You guys should all get on it. I listen to a lot of K hip hop, which I think is just like its own genre in itself. Nice. I think that's really all I'm listening to, and then all the songs that we're covering.
Awesome.
Yeah. So take a listen to that. We'll throw some links up on our posts, so you guys can listen to what we're listening.
Yes.
Last things before we go out. We are having a giveaway. Awesome. We have stuff to give away.
Public 서비스.
Yes. 서비스. Yes. So what we're going to do is, first of all, you guys need to come onto our IG, which is kdroppodcast. We'll be posting up some pictures of CDs over the week.
Yes.
All you have to do as a listener is to follow our IG, like the photo, and tag one friend on the photo in the comments. And what we'll do is we will randomly pick a person and we will send you the CD right away.
What if they don't have any friends?
Then
you gotta make a fake account and tag that person.
Tag, a celebrity, a Korean celebrity, and if they actually follow us, then we'll give everything away.
Yeah, tag Blackpink, and then they're gonna get pissed at us.
Yeah. But we'll see. So very easy to do. Just check out our podcast. Check out our IG, and
K-Drop
Podcast. So yes, that's our IG, that's our Twitter, that's our YouTube. Tag K-Drop Podcast.
Follow, like the photo, tag one friend.
Yes, and our podcast is now available on all platforms. It's on iTunes, it's on Google Play, it's on Spotify, it's on Stitcher. All the links are available in our bio.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Air 5, Air 10. Psh.
So please get on it, subscribe, and listen.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also for the next week, we want to cover some songs. We want to choose maybe 3. So we're going to put up polls throughout the week so that you guys can choose from 2 options at a time. So please follow our Instagram and please participate in the poll so that we can talk about what you are actually interested in.
Yes. So this was James and Sam for K-Drop. And
how can they follow you?
Oh, how can they follow me? My IG is Jamzy, Jamzyi, like my name. And Sam?
And for me, I am at SAMUILEE on Instagram and all platforms. Anyway, This is Samuel Lee checking out. And thank
James
you so much
E.
for listening, James E.
K-Drop.
K-Drop.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Bye-bye. I love you.